Hey everyone, Pupsker here for the weekly reset December 7th to 14th, and there's a lot of really good news. First and foremost, the Warframe Old Peace update comes December 10th, and that should launch at 11 a.m. ET. I'll be there, everyone else will be there, it should be a fun time. There are also a couple Warframe promo codes that dropped, but for some reason, PlayStation Network people might be having a lot of issues. Some people are saying it's if you don't have crossplay enabled and stuff on PlayStation, but I have no idea why PlayStation's having issues. I merely know that there are some promo codes. So there's the first one, Old Peace-QQKXJ. That one was featured in Marco Meatball's, I think, his reaction to Iron Mouse and him having the live performance at the Streamer Awards. And then the other promo code is WF, oh, there we go, WF-Iron Mouse, and that is was featured, and because Iron Mouse was a singer for the Streamer Awards, so they sponsored by Warframe, they have their own promo code, and they had sweet visuals as well with, was it Adis? Yeah, Adis Truthbloom, nice. And they had like We All Live Together, so they did two songs, New Old Peace song and We All Live Together, and it was really cool. So check that out. I made a couple other videos taking a look at it, but yeah, go look at all of that. It was very interesting. Continuing on with the usual Warframe stuff, we do have the Archon hunt right here. Subdue Archon Umbra. So that is a red shard. Go get that. You should have a good time with that. And then other than that, pretty normal stuff. If we take a look here over at the Duviri circuit for Steel Path, it's Torid Incarnon week. Oh my, it's a good week, okay? Torid Incarnon, ton of promo codes, the old piece. Oh boy. Oh my. Dude, we have Torid Incarnon, Dual Toxicist. Out of these are probably some of the strongest, coolest ones. But the Tomos goes from a beam weapon into an explosive weapon. I also love using this. You might see it in some videos here and there. I use less Torid right now because it's just so great that I've used it too much. Dual E-Core are also really strong. Toxin damage fields. Miter Incarnon, while it's one that I haven't done myself, as you can see, I haven't built it, but I do own it. It is still, I think, really good. Fire homing and bouncing heat damage explosives in Incarnon form. So all of these, one way or another, are insanely good. So, lovely week, Warframe. Torid Incarnon turns it into a insane beam. I think it makes multi-shot into damage. It's pretty great. Huge base damage and more multi-shot, just damage, damage, damage. You have that, like, multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity and does more damage. So, okay, you could do that. Right, you have little buffs there, nothing huge, but then massive crit bonuses or crit and status if you want. So really great. Torid Incarnon, so good. You think Warframe planned the best Incarnons, like well, you should probably also get an Umbra Forma at Teshin if I recall, but do you think they planned all of this stuff coming out with the old piece? Oh my god, geniuses. Absolutely fucking 10,000 IQ. Oh my god, they're so smart. Oh, DE, you geniuses. Okay. The Dual Toxicists are also great. Huge damage boost there. Either multi-shot or direct damage type of condition overload ability there. So really good damage boosting. Right, there's the small Evolution 3 boosts. And then Evolution 4, huge on headshot or crit or punch through, right? So it's like, take a pick what you're looking for, okay? It's totally up to you, whatever you want to build out. Hey man, enjoy your time. This is the lovely world of Warframe. Okay, Toxic Clouds, right? Melee damage increase, but nothing huge there. Big damage increase, combo on target affected by Toxin, or final move on a neutral combo. If you want to do more attack speed, okay, but this one's really nice. You get range, combo duration, or heavy attack wind-up speed. All decent. I would choose either range or combo duration, of course, but it's up to you and what you're building for. Massive stat chance boost. Killing enemies toxin stacks health regen, okay, or collecting ammo grants 5 melee combo counter. So you're like, okay, maybe I'll do this with some range and make a combo build, and then do a lot of status, so you can do a very good type of status murking build with all those clouds. It's a very good weapon if you like it. I don't use it a lot, but it is still really good. Miter, okay, I have less to talk about that. Heat, still really big damage boost because Miter's like a lower tier weapon overall. Not bad. And then here is smaller, but like projectile speed. Okay, not bad. I'd probably choose that for how bouncing weapons work. And then this one. This one's very interesting. Hold charge shot for AoE, more crit, or crit and status. So if you want to do full crit, understandable. If you want to try Saw Blade Storm, tell me how it goes. Since I don't use the weapon, I'm curious. Yeah, thanks everybody. And then Atomos makes it go from a beam weapon to a charged explosive, pretty much like grenade weapon. So big damage, or max energy increase, a lot of crit damage, or shield break increased damage. So it's up to you what you're going for there. Just always read when you're actually picking. This one's nice. You get a ton of range. Only really good on the base form, but still really nice. Moonrise Velocity. It's less useful, I think, on the explosive, but maybe it helps for that too. Might have to double check. Still very good. Base ammo capacity, or the reload from empty base magazine capacity. Okay, and then this one's nice. Crit status or crit status. Of course we go with crit on this bad boy. And then the Atomos Incarnon is a very strong weapon, both in beam form and explosive form. So it's like you can choose to use it kind of like a Kuva Nucor secondary slash Tenet Cycrin, you know, beam weapon secondary, or you can transform it into the Incarnon explosive, and it is still very strong. So I love it. And then if you don't want any of that, choose between your rifle, pistol, ribbon mod, and some Kuva, if you've gone through the rotations before, of course. If we take a look at normal Warframes on the circuit right now, let's take a look at what we're working with. Ooh, Necros, Valkyr, and Oberon. So Necros is Lephantis Assassination on Deimos. I don't think that's too terrible. If you get bad luck, it can be annoying because it's not the fastest boss fight, but it's still not too terrible. I don't think there's a ton of prerequisites for that or anything. So that's not bad. Valkyr is Alad V on Themesto Jupiter. Do you have to do Alad V like nav beacons or anything for that? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to do overall, so not too terrible either. Oberon, though, might have been swapped to like a weird Railjack one, so yeah, he's actually the worst one to farm nowadays out of all of these three, because Earth, Saturn, or Earth for his three parts. So two of them are on Earth, one of them is on Saturn, and that is Railjack. Proxima Point of Interest, so you have to do the bonus objective in Railjack. Probably way faster getting him here, but if you go through all of Railjack and 100% it, decent chance you might have Oberon by then. But yeah, it's always up to you, because you do still have to remember to do your points of interest, and if you don't, you're not going to be able to get Oberon, man. But it's up to you, as always. Do whatever you need, farm whatever you want. You should have fun. And if you don't, you know, take a break, right? Anyway, let me know what you think of the Warframes this week. Next up we have is Nightwave. If we take a quick look, I've fallen behind on Nightwave, I know. People are loving the Hema mod because it does so much damage, so can't wait to get my hands on this bad boy. But until then, daily aim glide kills, credits, successfully defend excavator, okay, without allowing it to run out of power. So weeklies, open lockers, that one's actually not bad, it just might be a little annoying. Do a solo mission, exterminate, and you should be good to go. Maybe do it on a Orkiner, but I don't think it matters because there's a lot of lockers everywhere. Catch rare servofish in Orvalis. Also pretty easy, just go near a point of interest and make sure to throw out the proper bait. Complete a run of the Deep Archimedea or Temporal Archimedea. I think you can also do Elite Deep Archimedea or Elite Temporal Archimedea, so that's a really good one. Kill a Tusk Thumper Doma in Plains of Eidolon. Just run the high level bounty, but not Steel Path, and then it's easy as hell. And you just have to play for like a minute or two, kill some enemies, and then a Tusk Thumper Doma will probably spawn while you're running the bounty, so just make sure you try to do that. You can even do it in Publix, it'll be easy. Kill 30 Xmas units, missions, and then 500 enemies for the permanent weeklies. I didn't do my like Lua mazes either last week, so I gotta get all these done and then try to catch up. If we take a look at everything one by one. Okay, Deadeye. Hey, critical mutation on the Catabalist, really strong. Everybody loves it, really good, really good. Volatile variant on the Sporothrix, also really good, should also pick up. Exposing Harpoon on the Harpack, okay, interesting, but I don't love the weapon anyways. Precision Strike on Tonkor, man, not bad, not bad. Vested Impotence, Napalm Grenade, Recharge Barrier for Volt, nice. Ambush Optics for Ruko, Skull Shot on Viper, and then Brainstorm for Grakata. So overall, some good mods this week, okay? Definitely some good mods, so let me know what you think there. We have good appearance, always like little helmet and a couple weapon blueprints. is where we get the Solstice ones, and we're also getting, of course, always some new Solstice blueprints. So, hey, Saturn 6 shoulder piece, though. Eidolon Ephemera. Oh, very cool stuff always. And then normal stuff, Wolf Saturn 6 Dark Glyph, but if I hide my head, we have a Jaw Sword blueprint, okay? A Pangolin Sword blueprint. Even though they're just kind of like Mastery rank fodder, they're still good to have, right? Dark Dagger blueprint and Heat Sword blueprint. For the most part, just MR fodder, maybe some build mats here and there. I can't remember if the Heat Sword's required for anything. I'm getting the Heat Daggers confused and messed up. Anyways, you still want to collect some of this early game, get the Master rank out of it, and then throw it out when you don't need it if it's not a build mat for anything. Always check if you need to. Either way, that's really Nightwave. Not too bad, everybody. Not too bad. Next thing we have is the Warframe 1999 seasonal weeklies and everything there. We have October. Kill enemies with a melee weapon. Okay, use Exalted or just your own melee weapon and go ham on a survival or exterminate. And then Riven or Exilis Warframe adapter. It's up to you. Exilis is cool because it's hard to get some of those, but if you need Rivens, whatever, you do you. Hex Boost Override. I love that one the most. Gain armor or magazine capacity. Yeah, I'd say this is probably my favorite Hex Boost Override, but the armor and magazine capacity are also pretty cool ones. So Letty with emergency medicine, probably my go-to, but you do you. Then kill 10 Eximus units. You can just do Steel Path quickly or survival. Shouldn't be too bad. And then you can choose Forma, or you can choose an Orokin Catalyst blueprint. So it's a built Forma, so technically it's like a day skip, or a Catalyst blueprint, so you do still have to build it. Either way, good value getting either one of these, but Orokin Catalyst blueprint probably is what you want, because you're gonna need to double the capacity of a lot of weapons, but up to you. Next up, Birthday for Letty, Birthday for Arthur, and then Scaldra troops with melee weapons. Same as before, just do it. Overpower here. Okay, ability strength, duration. Energy orbs grant 100 shield to overshield. Ooh, love that one. Melee slide attacks, increase slide attack crit chance. Slide attack, if you do melee slide attacks and you really want to build up a lot of attack speed, yeah, go for it, but this is a very specific one. I would choose Letty's power shield. Not bad though, not bad. Here we have a Riven or an Arcane. Choose the Riven, but you could choose the Arcane if you need to farm them, but Riven. Kill 500 Tech Rod, run a quick survival. Probably 5 minutes and you'll be good to go. Just make sure you have some good murder weapons or Warframes. Oh shit, an Omniforma blueprint or a Crimson Archon shard. Both of these are kind of annoying and hard to get. I will truly say build for what you need. If you're really low on Archon shards, you need a lot of them, totally go for the Archon shard. If you have a lot of regular Forma and you need to build a lot of Omniforma, go for the Omniforma blueprint. If you like to do a lot of different modded type of builds, totally go for that Omniforma. But this is 100% what you need for your account, so both high value items there. We have Quincy's birthday, love it. Destroy 300 containers. Shit, this one sucks. You can use AoE Dante, frick, you can use Limbo. You can use any other type of Warframe that has a lot of AoE abilities. I think Ember still works, but I don't know if she's the best. So use whatever you need for this one. I think for Zephyr you could try out. Yeah, a lot of things, but go for it and just do publics, honestly. Run exterminates. I love using Dante and just using my abilities. Just cut, and then boom. So go for that. Ooh, Vosper Cache or Arcanes. Go for the Vosper, but whatever, man. No quarter, melee attack speed, Spectre and Companion damage, or all restoration provided. Okay, go for either Spectre Companion damage or melee attack speed. Those are my favorites out of those, but it's up to you. Kill Tekrot with abilities. Choose your favorite Warframe. Mine's Protea, Dante, choose whatever you want. Kill Tekrot with abilities. Probably best doing that as solo survival. Kuva or Riven. Totally Kuva on that. Sorry, Riven on that one. Yeah, I'd probably choose the Riven. 2,000 Kuva is just not really a lot, right? Definitely rather have a Riven. And then it's Velamir's birthday, so that is the Warframe 1999 Seasonal Weekly, everybody. Next up is we are going to take a look at Bird 3 Archon Shards and Elite Deep Archimedea over on Deimos, so let's go take a look at the Sanctum Anatomica. If we take a quick look over here, Bird 3 is pretty chill with shiny treasures being Amber Archon shard. Oh, we got a yellow. We got a couple of reds, really, if we want. That's a good week. That's a good week, right? And then you also have Elite Deep and Elite Temporal Archimedea, where you get most of them. So, ooh. If we take a look at Necroloid, ooh, some of those personal modifiers, I'm getting slapped around there. God dang, that's rough. But it's a disruption into a survival into assassination. Actually, one of the better ones to run. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that. Disruption, 2 Necromech Demolishers will attack any conduit, but their health is reduced. I don't mind that one, it's not too hard. Slow-moving Immortal Deviri, limit strain health and energy from ally. Yeah, that one always sucks. Rogue Colorvins, equipped weapons deal 5x damage to Overguard and Necromech. Okay, that one's not too bad. The disruption point can't be murdered by anyone else outside of the Demolishers. No, that one's good. I like that one. 100% awesome week. Survival, Parasitic Towers. Only activate after 20 kills within 15 meters. That's not terrible, but it's annoying. Guardian Asmith units may be encountered, including Guardian Asmith Necromechs, and then slain enemies birth with Void Energy. No, that one's easy. This is a good week, man. And then we have Assassination. Relentless Tide, Fragmented Tide never stops attacking. That's nice, because you get more loot. Rupturing Fragments, replace Shuffling Fragments, and then slain enemies burst with Void Energy. This is an easy, very, very chill, normal, honestly, week with just boosts to the enemies, but nothing that'll like really screw you over or change your playstyle. No, I really like this week. So overall, probably really good. So we're going to take a look at Teshin, and Teshin's now on any sort of relay, so we're going to go there now, everybody. Once you get to a relay, I'm just chilling over at the Strata relay. Just jump on over to Teshin, and Teshin, are you having the great loot this week? It is Umbra Forma week. I thought so. I can't even use it because I don't have enough Steel Essence. I'm sorry, I've been taking so many breaks from playing Warframe. I don't have a lot of time to stream really right now, so yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Hugs and kisses if you ever sub, like, and use Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel, because dear lord, it gets busy sometimes when I was moving and then like doing all the holiday Christmas stuff, getting some things like repaired around the house. It's been a busy couple of months, right? So thank you all so much. But it is Umbra Forma week, meaning we can get so much stuff, okay? Like, look at that. Whoo! So much. So grab what you need, grab your Umbra Forma, grab your Veiled Cipher. It's pretty much only the Umbra Forma there, okay? Next up, we are going to go over to Acrithis, and she's located on Zeramin. She always has good loot, and she is the Duviri vendor. Once you teleport on over down to the Zeramin Dorma zones, all you have to do is quickly go through, oh god, the doors. Doors are always so hard to open. Go through here, talk to Acrithis. If you browse her wares, she always has good shit. Here we have an Orkin Reactor blueprint, 2 Simulacrum and Capture a Scene, Riven Rifle mod, Forma blueprint, Companion Weapon Ribbon mod. Ooh, you want to grab those. Those are always really rare. So, really good week for loot here. And I would recommend you always talk to Acrithis, okay? And run a lot of Duviri for Pathos Clamps because you get a fuck ton of loot. You can also run a lot of Isle Weaver. That's why I have a lot of Pathos Clamps, because I was running, I think, a lot of the Isle Weaver event, or I'm going crazy. So really good week this week. Oh my god, such an insane goated weekly reset for anything Warframe related. Oh my god. The last thing we're looking for is Elite Temporal Archimedea. So go to Warframe 1999, go to the mall. I was just in the back room in Warframe 1999 there. Talk to Protoframe Kaya Velasco. Same as Elite Deep Archimedea. But let's take a look. Oh, it looks like my weekly personals are also kind of shitty there. Always a pain. Either way, Hellscrub Techrot into a defense, into an exterminate. Probably defense will be a bit annoying. Entire region deals toxin damage over time, increasing longer the player remains, except in vicinity of Hell Scrubbers. Some enemies may drop filters that create additional static temporary safe zones. Not bad, actually. Techrot Miasmite swarm out of the shadows through the mission, and enemies slowly health regenerate. Actually, not too bad. Defense. This one's more annoying. A flare creates a field, disrupts player abilities while draining energy to boost Flare's health. Flare slowly loses health when no players are in range. You have to stand around Flare, and that sucks. Slain enemies birth with Void Energy. Still kind of annoying if it hurts Flare a lot. Allies with 4 meters of slain enemies, reduced parkour and movement speed. Parkour velocity. Actually not terrible though. And then Exterminate. Consequences of opening a supply cache are inactive from the start and will intensify once it is opened. Make sure you open a supply cache. Okay, failure to open a supply cache doubles the kill count required to finish the mission. So make sure you open a supply cache. Slow moving, immortal to Viri Limitus, drain health energy from allies who get too close. And then lastly, random negative penalties from Amir and Aoi's face-off mode will be applied throughout the mission. I don't think it's actually that bad of a week this week. A lot of easy, fun things to run and farm out of all of these. So if I would have to say it, I think it's a good week. So enjoy your weekly reset, run EDA and ETA, and you should be good. Either way, thank you all for joining, subbing, liking, using Epic Games creator code Pupsker to support the channel, and I will see you next time. Warframe update on Wednesday. Cheers.